So it's come to that point in the show where we have a very special guest in the studio. And today's guest is a pinch me moment because I'm pretty sure everybody knows about this song. I'm pretty sure all of my friends in primary school were listening to this song with me and making up dances. And yeah, I'm really happy to have her in the studio. So Jamelia, thank you for coming through.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
Listen, I love your Brum accent.
Oh,
it's so funny because I literally just came down from Birmingham today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
did you have a good time? Yeah.
No one told me that Birmingham looks like Croydon.
What?
And I thought
I've never heard that before.
it looks exactly. You've been Croydon.
I think I've been Croydon once.
Through
I think
in a cab.
maybe. Yeah, I don't know.
It looks exactly the same. Like I thought. So you see how Manchester is, and it's quite. It's got posh bits and it's cute. And it's nice.
Yeah.
I thought Birmingham was going to be the same thing.
We have got posh bits. What do you mean? Where did you go?
I feel like I went everywhere.
You went to the hood.
No, I went to Hippodrome.
Oh, okay.
And the other bit where they have all the theatres and all of that.
Okay.
It just was giving Croydon to me.
Okay. To be honest, I can't vouch because I haven't been there for over a year. So yeah,
because you're not living here anymore.
No,
are you?
I don't live here anymore.
You live in
no,
Dubai?
I live in Dubai.
And how's that?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm trying to convince everyone to move over.
I'm trying to convince my mum. At the moment. So I'm like, let's go. Why not?
Yeah. Why not? My daughter lives with me, so my daughter's my eldest is 24, and she didn't hesitate. I was like, what do you think about moving to Dubai? She was like, yes. Yeah, sure, I'm already packed. Like, let's go.
I wish you need to talk to my mum, please, because she needs to move. I want to play a game with you just for a little icebreaker thing.
Yes.
I've got a whiteboard here.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to draw something, okay? So
I can't draw to save my life.
You're like me. I can't draw at all.
Okay.
Have you got enough space?
It will make it more fun.
Yeah.
So
you can put it anyway. You can just lay it there if you want.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah?
Okay, I'll do it like this.
God, it looks like it's going to drop down.
It's fine.
Which pen do you want?
I'll choose blue. That's my favorite color.
Hopefully it works. All right, let me have a look. I'm going to generate a word and then that's what you're going to have to draw. Okay. And you have a minute because we're going to do like quick fire questions as you're drawing.
That's mean. Okay.
And the questions are a bit like, they're in your business.
Cool.
All right, cool. Right, let me get the word generator up.
Why am I so nervous?
No, that's too easy. Okay, hold on.
5 hours later.
Oh, I love this.
I'm very scared of what it's going to give me. Okay, it said a palm. That's so easy.
Okay.
A palm of a hand.
Oh, okay. Oh, you see, I was thinking of the palm in
I'm
Dubai.
changing it. No, I'm changing it. It has to be because earlier it said braids. It has to be braids.
Oh wow.
A girl with braids.
I could do that.
You're a side.
Yeah.
I've seen that you've been on side missions as well with hair stuff as well. Like it's looping in.
Always a side mission.
Let's do the hair and let's start the quick fire questions.
Okay.
Now. Okay.
All right.
There's going to be a timer as well.
Okay. Oh no.
Yeah, there is. Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right, cool.
Right, so what's your favourite takeaway at the moment?
My favourite takeaway is always Caribbean, especially coming from Dubai. We don't have the greatest Caribbean, so when I'm in England, straight to the Caribbean.
Okay.
Jamaican.
And who's the last person you texted?
Who's that person? I'm not revealing that.
Oh! Okay, well, who's your celebrity crush?
Not revealing that either.
I wasn't gonna say that. Okay. Oxtail or curry goat?
Oxtail.
Oh, really?
Easy. Oxtail.
I'm the opposite. Curry goat all the way.
Yeah.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs. I don't like animals though. I shouldn't say that.
I thought you was gonna say neither. Your first car?
My first car was an Audi. It was a bad boy Audi. Yeah.
Which one?
I can't remember.
A1?
It was an Audi Q7. What? I know. I was
okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
The first song you're gonna play when you get the chance.
Money by Jamelia.
What a tune. Cool. That's it.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Let's do it.
She looks like that girl from Rugrats. Oh, this is awful.
This is really bad. Hold on. Let's show. Can you see that? No. Yeah. Oh dear. She doesn't even have eyes or a mouth or anything.
I was focused on the questions.
You know what? It's not so bad, but it doesn't look like a braid. It looks like them like them hairstyles where you get lots of different.
The bubble
the hair bands, like the puff ponytail. Oh, it's all right.
I really tried.
Out of 10, I think I'd give it a 2 though. All right, so let's take it back to the beginning, right? Because I know you're here to talk about the show that you're on.
Yes.
But you are the Jamelia, so I can't have you here without asking you about all of your music career. So you grew up in Birmingham, which is Croydon.
Yes.
What was that like for you? When did your love for music begin?
my love for music began from birth. So I grew up as a Rasta, and so we didn't have a TV until I was about 10 to 11. So it was always music, always. We had, so Rastas, we normally like didn't have a TV, but we'd have the biggest sound systems in our house. So big speakers, like I'm showing my age. It started off with the record player, but then we got the cassette tapes. You probably don't even know what that is.
I do. I do, but I don't have one. No.
It's fine, it's okay. But so music was always like central to my upbringing. And then I'd say when I was about 14, it was called cable at the time, and it's just basically, so that's when I gained access to like American music. And so people like Mary J. Blige, TLC, Total, Biggie, Tupac, like those are the people that I became familiar with. And and I just wanted to be them. And so I got, introduced to like hip hop and R&B. We had like, I got MTV and stuff like that. And so I became obsessed. We used to.
So that's when you got the TV? When you got MTV?
Yes, yeah. And I would love to know if any of your listeners remember, you're not going to, maybe your mom remember there was like, you could get a TV and you had to put £1 in it every time you wanted to watch it.
You're lying. No way.
I love telling young people things
like
this.
For how long could you watch it for then?
You get an hour for £1. So,
that's steep.
Yeah, it's so steep. And then someone would come around, I think maybe once a month, and then that's how you paid for the TV. And then so you'd give them, and then if you watched more, they would give you back the pounds, like give you back what, the profit.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mum would normally have to pay extra because we weren't really, it was just for music stations. But if you got £1, it was like, this TV's mine for an hour.
That's great. And then what, you wouldn't share because you had brothers, right?
Yeah, I had 2 young brothers. Do you know what? No, I would share.
You'd watch something together?
Yeah.
What kind of thing would you watch?
Things like Moesha, Keenan and Kel.
Moesha.
Yeah, like those kind of things. But then also like cartoons on a Saturday, like He-Man and Spider-Man and Batman and those kind of things. I used to love, I grew up watching those things and loved them as well. So, yeah.
Okay, so I'm still in with it. I know Moesha. I know Spider-Man. When did you have your first ever like on stage performance? Do you remember?
Yeah. So my first on stage performance.
Before you got signed, I'm talking as a kid.
I remember it like it was yesterday. I was 15 years old. I was at Notting Hill Carnival and it was Rampage Sound. And my cousin told them that I could sing.
Yeah.
And
so you was in the crowd?
I was in the crowd.
Oh my gosh.
And my cousin told the DJs that I could sing and they were like, okay. And they gave me the mic and I was on the stage and I was like, and I looked like I was about 10, and I sang SWV's Right Here. Do you know that song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. No. You're a DJ. No. That's really bad and disrespectful. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
But and I sang that, and it just so happened that an A&R man from EMI Records, which is the label that signed me, he was in the crowd, and then he found me, invited me to the station, to the record label, and offered me a deal the next day.
Ever performance on stage, and you got signed. That's crazy.
So this is why I always say to young people, like, make sure you're always practicing your craft, because you never know when the opportunity will arrive, or if someone could be around you, listening, or just so always be prepared for the opportunity. So
But was you always a person who like sang everywhere and everybody knew you could sing, or was you like keeping it on the low? I always say this. I thought of being an artist in the same way like a little girl would think of being a princess. It wasn't something that was going to happen to me. Wow.
My ambition was to work in a corner shop. Like, it was a real ambition.
Really?
Like, it was called John Shop. And
I'm telling you, you're the queen of side missions. I'm telling you, because what?
And it was a real passion. I was just like, man, I'm gonna do beep, I'm gonna do all of that.
Did you have a little cashier when you were growing up?
I wish I did.
Oh,
no, I didn't.
You would have got bored of it. You would have never wanted to work in a corner shop after that.
Exactly.
Oh, bless you.
I've never had a proper job actually. So I kind of still want to go and work in the shop. Yeah, I'd love to work in a corner shop for like a day or something.
And what about your cousin? So the cousin that let you up on stage? She got paid off for that.
No, you can't.
She got her money for that.
Do you know what? No, my family benefited from it,
Of course.
obviously.
Yeah.
I'm Jamaican, that's how it works. But she's amazing. She's amazing, of course.
So you had that, you got signed.
Yeah.
And then you dropped your debut single.
Yes.
So High.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay,
That's a good song. And why is it not on
thank you.
Spotify?
Do you know what it was? So it's what they called like a tester song. So it wasn't supposed to chart. It wasn't the intention. Like I don't even refer to it as a single because it was just kind of for people to hear me sing.
It's just a vibe, yeah.
I don't even remember the words. I don't remember the chorus.
No.
Nothing. I know it's so bad.
It's still on YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah, people love it in the comments. Like, this is a great debut single.
I'm gonna go and listen.
Yeah,
I don't remember it. That's so bad.
I know, that's really
Oh
bad
my
because I was
gosh.
listening to it. I was like, this is a vibe. This is so good. This is giving Brandy vibes. People, if you're listening now, you might as well go and listen to it on YouTube. Unfortunately, it's not on Spotify, but hopefully we can work something out.
Yeah, why not?
So let's fast forward all the way to the album.
Yes.
Tell us how that came about.
So when I got signed at 15, and I did something called a development deal, which is where for a few years they basically develop you. So you're doing vocal lessons.
I believe that's what Flo had.
Yes.
Yeah, the same thing.
Their vocal lessons, media training. I'd never been in a studio before. The first time I was on stage was the first time I'd held a professional mic before. I'd never worked with a producer, so I had to learn all of those things. So in those, it was like 3 years. I did all of that, wrote songs, wrote my album, all of that. And then, when I was 18, coming up to 19, that's when I was ready to kind of release. Yeah. And then it kind of just went a bit mad. I'm not gonna lie.
So what was the process though? Because obviously you kind of had no process at that point.
Yeah.
And then they took you to the studio. They taught you how to write.
So for years I was like, So it was a case of we never really knew that I was a songwriter until I was in the studio, and I was kind of like, I want to be a part of what I'm talking about. Yeah. And I don't know where I got my confidence or audacity from, but I always had it. And it was kind of like, if I'm going to be the artist, I want to have an input.
Yeah, you want to believe in what you're saying.
Yeah. And I'd always have like ideas and stuff like that. So I loved being in the studio, loved working with other people. And I recorded the whole album in London, in Shepherd's Bush. My friend Colin, he had a studio in Shepherd's Bush, and he more or less did the whole album. And it was just an amazing experience. Like, I remember. So the same cousins that put me on stage, I lived with them when I was recording, and it was walking distance from the studio. So I just walked down to the studio. And a lot of people think like, because I didn't do like the normal things that people my age were doing between the ages of like 15 and 20, that I missed out. But I feel like I had an amazing like teenage like
a
experience.
once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah,
But I was
exactly.
going to ask you, how was that like maintaining friends that you made when you was younger?
I didn't.
You didn't. I can imagine, because you're literally flying from country to country.
Yeah.
You're in different time zones. You can't even give them a call or nothing. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like I've tried to maintain friendships, and even to this day, I'm actually really, I'm not. This is gonna sound really crazy, but I wouldn't describe myself as a great friend, because when I get into work mode, it's just like I'm
tunnel vision.
I do not care about anything else. Obviously, I have my children, and I'm the same about my children. So I can compartmentalize, so I can totally focus on my music. And right now I'm 100% present, I'm 100% here, and then when I leave here, my focus will be on my children. I feel like I'm always like that, and having two huge things like that, so music and my children, like I've never had the space to kind of focus on being a great friend. So I'm not really.
And that's okay. That's okay. Your daughters can be your best friends.
Yeah, my daughters are my best.
There you go. My mom's my best friend. Sometimes that's how it goes. I'm going to quickly play a track, right?
Yes.
Which is a track that you said you was going to play as soon
yes.
as you leave.
Okay.
You
it's
and
only because I
Beanie
couldn't
Man.
think of anything.
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask you, because you're Jamaican.
Yes.
When your parents figured out that you have a song with Beanie Man, what was the reaction?
Listen. It was. To this day, I can't believe I have a song with Beanie Man. It was like 20 odd years ago. I still cannot believe Beanie Man was in posters on my wall. I had posters of Beanie Man on my wall, and it was just like, you know. And he was so nice, like so lovely, such, you know, he's Jamaican. It just felt like a family member. And I'm actually, this is going to sound really weird, I'm actually convinced that he's actually a family member of mine. His last name is Davis, and so is mine. And my granddad has a picture of himself, and he looks just like Beanie Man. So I'm convinced that we're family.
Your long
so
lost uncle cousin.
Yeah, my uncle
Beanie
cousin.
Man. That's insane.
I'm convinced.
So what was your parents' reaction though when you
oh my gosh, like my mum just couldn't believe it. And actually, so when I performed at the Mobiles, Beanie Man was chirping my mum, but my mum's typical Jamaican. She's like, move.
No way, your mum was not
dissed
rejecting Beanie Man.
She did.
No,
she did. I think that's where I get it from. Like, it's just like, I don't care who you are.
Exactly.
Like, move.
Mm-hmm. That's a Jamaican thing. Right, so let me play the song, and then we'll come back.
Yes.
So that song actually won you a Mobo, didn't it? For best music video.
Yes.
That was your first one.
Yeah, and it was also at a time where Mobiles was like, I mean, Mobiles is still amazing, but at the time it was such a big deal to win a Mobile.
Yeah.
Like, and I think I won that year, and then a couple years later I won, and I think another 3, and it was just kind of like absolute madness. Like, I couldn't believe it. And also on the day that I won the Mobile for best video, is that, sorry, something playing? Oh, okay, sorry.
Today. Oh my God, what is that? Oh my God, what is that?
On the day that I won the Mobile for best video, I knew that I was pregnant with my daughter. And so when my mom hugged me, she was like, look, at least you have this. Like, you know, we were just like, yeah, you know, at least we've got this. Like, so for me, it was kind of, yeah, my mom was there when I won it.
Your daughter.
Well, yeah, my daughter was there. Yeah. Exactly. And so, yeah, I was 3 months pregnant. And so I remember just when I won it, I just thought, okay, well, at least I've got this to show for my career. Yeah. Little did I know, you know,
long way
the award was about to have a lot of siblings, put it that way.
And then we're gonna have to fast forward a bit.
Yes.
But you dropped another album.
Yes.
That had so many tunes on it. Didn't that album go double platinum?
It was,
It went double platinum.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, I was just
it went double platinum.
Yes.
And then the album after that,
yes,
you dropped that as well.
Yes.
But between that, you had your daughter. Did you have another daughter?
I did. Album, daughter. Album. I've now got 2 more daughters.
And I want to ask you about that. Obviously, being a woman in the music industry.
Yeah.
Is there like a stigma put on you as soon as you have a kid? You're like, oh, well, that's it.
Do you know what? At the time I was pregnant with my first daughter, it was absolutely a thing. People would get dropped from their record labels for being pregnant. So that's why I had the kind of thought of like, oh, well,
at least I got the Mobile.
Yeah, at least I got a Mobile. At least I performed with Beanie Man. Like, I've done it. And so I really thought that was the end. And then my record label were just like, oh, congratulations on the baby. We'll see you when you're ready to come back. And I was like, oh.
They believed it.
Oh, okay.
I love them. Well, is it the same record label?
The same label, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was with them for 10 years. Yeah. And it was, I had the best time. Like, there's no, like, I have no complaints about my experience. Like, it was incredible. I got to do some incredible things and, you know, enjoyed huge success that I would never have even imagined. So, yeah, best days. Not the best days of my life. I feel like I continue to have those, but like, still
when I hear
great
your story
times.
though, I'm like, I want your life.
Oh,
I want to be able from 15 to be flying around and doing all these great. No, but you had a great. You had a great experience.
Absolutely.
Let's fast forward quickly again.
Yes.
Your transition from obviously music.
Yes.
To then being on TV.
Yes.
Did you always want to act?
I always wanted to act. I always so I actually played Aladdin in my school play.
No.
When I was 15. And so acting was also I'd call myself just like, I just love to entertain. I love being in the entertainment industry. I love presenting. I love performing. I love music. I love writing. I just love getting to be creative. And so being on TV was something. So after 10 years in the industry, I was just in the music industry. I was like, oh, I'd love to try something else. Like, what else can I excel at? And then I went into TV, did great there. And then I was like, oh, think I'd like to try some acting, you know. And so did my research and then like just kind of put it out there. I was really fortunate that because of my public profile, I was able to kind of let people know that I wanted to act and then be considered for roles. And so, you know, I still had to audition and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my route into acting was very different to the average person. So I know I'm extremely fortunate to have these opportunities.
A lot of creatives at the same time, like an actor might turn into a presenter as well. So, you know, it's just transitions.
Of course. And I believe in the art of the pivot. Like, you know, never be afraid to kind of try something new. And, you know, it's not even the worst. Like a failure is not a bad thing. Like trying something and it not being great, I kind of feel like it's still a lesson, it's still a blessing, it's still, do you know what I mean? It's even if you find out, you know, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing that, okay, back to that. Do you know what I mean?
But at least you tried it.
Of course. Yeah.
So let's talk about Just Act Normal, what you're here to talk about now. Tell me, what is the show all about?
Do you know what? It was such a pleasure to be a part of this show. So Just Act Normal is a dark comedy. It's really funny, but you know, we talk about, you will see some themes that, you know, are definitely not funny. Okay. It's based in Birmingham. It's starring 3 incredible young actors. So Akins, Shanae, and Kadra. And Kadra's my little brethren. She plays Tanika. She's 9. I think she's 10 now actually. And she was incredible. It was her first acting job, and she's from Brum. So it was like I felt as if it was a younger me, and just I was in instant mommy mode. Like and I loved working with her. I loved watching her work. I felt like, you know, I think she is going to enjoy I think they're all going to enjoy an incredible career. And I think one of the things that I really loved about it was that it showcased a certain type of life that people don't often get to see, you know, being based in Birmingham, being based around, you know, a working class family, you know, I'd say that the whole, we'd describe it in Birmingham as a mazzoline. Yeah, like
it's mad, like it's a mad thing.
It's a mazzoline, the whole thing. That being said, like it's so enjoyable, like and my character, like to be a part of something like that, because it feels so new. I promise you, it's something that you've never seen before. Wow. It's kind of gritty, but it's authentic, but it's funny. There's music in it. And then the acting is so like raw. It feels really real. Even the way it's shot is so interesting. And then my character, she's insane. She's her name's Fake Jackie. And
I saw that. So she's fake.
She's fake. Just know she's a fake Jackie. And she do you know what? It gets quite hardcore. And so I think at the point at which I enter the series, Fake Jackie enters the series, she brings like a kind of lightheartedness that the show kind of needs at the point. And she's a Tina Turner fanatic. She's actually an impersonator of Tina Turner, but not the best one. Because but it was so fun to play her because she was so far away from who I actually am. So for me to get to embody a character that's nothing like me, I hope no one watches her and think, oh, Jamelia is a bit like that. You know what I mean? I hope people are like, oh my gosh, no, that's Fake Jackie. Yeah. So but yeah, I really enjoyed playing a comedic character. She's so unserious. But she also, to me, she represents a lot of women that, you know, that I'm familiar with, you know, Jamaican women, you know, especially like from the inner city, you know, the certain type of characters you can come across, a bit brash, a bit bold, you know, she's a hustler.
We need that back on TV again.
Yes. Yeah. And she's she's a bit of a scammer as well. I'm just gonna say that. But she's the most interesting character to play, like for me, because as I said, I'm so different to you. Yeah. And you know, I just hope that this series does really well, because I think it really deserves to. The creative side of things, the whole crew, always also getting to shoot in the Midlands, like, you know,
I know, your hometown.
I was just like, oh my gosh, like, you know, hearing all the Brummie accents, I'm like, oh, hey cousin. Yeah, it was amazing.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And if people want to watch it, where is it that they can watch it, and when is it coming out?
16th of April, BBC. It's going to be all over the BBC, and you have to watch it. You have to. It's so like, and as I said, I feel like it's breaking kind of boundaries. Like I really do, because in terms of creativity, in terms of even employing working class actors to play the role, so they bring like a certain authenticity that I feel like like uber trained actors could never deliver what these actors do. And it's just I think it's an important story to be told, like an important not necessarily the story, but I think even more the culture, like the cultural side of it. It's very Brum, it's very Birmingham, it's very authentic, it's very raw, very gritty. But I feel like, especially in 2025, I think it's going to sit really well with a lot of that kind of
Well, thank you for coming.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so sad that you have to go now. I do want to ask you though, before you go, I feel like you always say motherhood was meant for you.
Yes.
And I feel like lots of people see you as a mother figure.
Yes.
Of course you have Auntie Jackie, that you've got fake Jackie in the show. But before you go, I want you to just leave us with some like words of wisdom, or like something that you want people to have for the day.
Do you know, I think my main thing that I tell my children is really, to lean into your own authenticity, listen to yourself, and just don't be afraid to show up. I believe, okay, as a mother, because you mentioned motherhood. As a mother, I've paid such close attention to my children. I listen to when they tell me who they are, and the reason why I do that is because I'm trying to reinforce the voices that they have in their own heads. And what I hope is that when they become adults, that they listen to themselves and they're like, I know who the world's telling me to be, but this is who I feel I am. And then I'm going to show up as her. And because I feel like I've only just learned this in the last year or so, and I want my children, down to the little baby who's 2 years old, I want them to show up authentically from now. So that's my thing. Like, forget who the world's telling you to be. Who are you and what do you want to be? And show up as her.